moments. This would be your moment.
I think the Grand Canyon closed. They closed all national parks. Isn't that sad?
Yeah, it is. It is. I haven't been there in a couple of years, but it's a great place.
I've always just wanted to. Do you remember the commercial where that, like, the old ladies would meet up at the top of the Grand Canyon in their hover round or whatever, and they like meet at the very top, and then they both yell hover round, and it goes woo, and like echoes across. I always thought that they said avalanche.
Oh.
And it was my favorite commercial when I was little, but I haven't seen it in a long time. I'm gonna find it, actually. That's a good idea.
Well, I think my favorite moment about it is everybody always sees the pictures of the Grand Canyon and are going, oh, that's just a painting or something. And it's just because, if you look at it, it's always kind of paled out in the background and whatever, because it's 15 miles across. Then you hear all these people standing at the edge going, oh, it looks like that. Oh,
yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. Well, like sure. What'd you expect?
Yeah. All right, Bernie, we got Kalsnew today. Okay, this is a 4-time workout with a 30-minute time cap. Okay, so longer time domain because there's a lot of stuff. Well, only 2 things to do, but we've got a lot of reps, and they're going to go by pretty slow. So we got 100 alternating dumbbell clean and jerks. That means that we're alternating hands every rep. So once you go down to the bottom to the floor, you'll switch hands and then clean and jerk. Come back down, switch hands, clean and jerk. Okay, so you'll be counting every single rep of your clean and jerk towards your 100. Okay, but the kicker is that on the top of every single minute, you will perform 5 burpees. Okay, those 5 burpees are burpee over the dumbbells. So we're looking to jump with 2 feet over. Okay, if we need to not jump over the burpee or jump over the dumbbell and just jump over a line, or even just do a traditional little jump off the ground, that's fine too. If you don't have any space, you can do a step over, but that's our goal. So these guys are going to slowly take up most of the time because we know burpees are
so much fun.
They're the best. Maybe if we talk it into existence, it'll help.
Yeah.
But for you, I know we've already talked about this. We're going to go down in burpees. So we're just going to do 2 every minute. That way we can actually chip away here. So if anybody's watching the YouTube, just make sure that we are scaling the reps in terms of being able to move through this 100. Okay. We shouldn't have to take more than 30 seconds. Okay. Ish. On the burpees, because we want time to actually work on this. This is the goal. This is just a speed bump in the way every minute.
Every minute.
Okay. Cool. So we're going to go into a warm up. Okay. We're going to go 3 rounds of 30 seconds here. Okay. Pretty just simple movements. Really, we're just going to start getting moving. So we're going to start with active Samson. So this is our high lunge. Okay. Active Samson, so that's our high lunge. It's hard because usually people want to see what they're doing. Good, hands overhead.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and then rotate from side to side.
I just want to get it close.
Oops. I don't fall over.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. All right, then we're gonna go into active Spider-Man. So this one's your low lunge, okay? Going into the ground, right? We drop the back knee, and then we're going into the elbow to the midfoot, taking that turn up. Remember, we want to follow our hand with our eyes so that we can get a full stretch. I want you to try to shoot for 2 on each leg. Oh, was that a sneeze?
Huh?
All right, once you're done with that second one, we're gonna go push up to down dog. So we're gonna go into that nice solid push up. Then we're gonna go and shoot that tailbone up to the sky. Drop the head in between the shoulders. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good, Bernie. And good job, everyone else. Matt.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna stay in a high plank hold. So we're gonna go into like the top of the push-up position. Okay, making sure that shoulders are over the wrists. Okay, that we have that nice flat back, but that we're actually pushing out the scaps. Okay, we don't want the we don't want like a limp upper body, and we also don't want the butt too high or too low.
Guess it depends on how big your butt is.
All right. Then we're going to go into sumo inchworm. Okay. So the only difference between regular inchworm and what we're going to talk about today is our sumo stance. So we're going to have a wide stance. That way we get to stretch a little bit in a different position in our hamstrings. Okay. So wide hands, and then you're just going to walk those hands out and then walk the feet up. But we're in the wide stance. 30 seconds here. Go for it. Nice, Bernie. Good. Go ahead and get this last one in, and then we're going to start all over again. We're going to go into that active Samson. So that's our high lunge. Yep, hands overhead. Nice little twist, turn, stretch. Ooh. Really I know. It's Friday. Woo-hoo. I don't know. I think this is week 2, like full week 2.
Full week 2, yeah, because we started
like on Thursday or something.
Friday, because we skipped Thursday.
All right, going into that active Spider-Man. So that's our low lunge. You're dropping the elbow or just trying to drop the elbow, the opposite elbow. I mean, the same side elbow. There you go. Good, and switching legs. Trying to get 2 on each side. After those 2 on each side, you're going back to push up to down dog. Really focusing on that down dog. So we have overhead positioning here in our clean or our jerks, obviously. So we want to make sure that when we go into that down dog that we're finding that overhead position. We're just upside down, basically. There it is. Good. Perfect. Okay, we're going to go into that high plank hold. So we're just going to shift those shoulders back over the wrists. Toes are digging in. Yeah, good. 30 seconds here. And squeeze. We want that belly to be nice and tight. Thinking about shortening the distance between the bottom of our rib cage and kind of like our belly button or even our hips. I need to shorten that. You know, how they do like the neck stretching. I wonder if they, well, I guess that's like what a corset does. Huh? We're tense together. Ugh. I wouldn't like that because you know it's like the same feeling as feeling because like everything's like All right. We're going to go into that sumo inchworm again. So that wide stance. Going into a flat hand walkout and then walking those hands back in, or even walking the feet up to the hands, whatever works for your room. Nice. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yellow hat came off. That's
Oh,
how
I'm sorry.
I know it's game time.
Too much glare?
You gotta get your sweatband on. Oh.
Well, I don't want to glare out the camera.
All right, Bernie, last round here. We're gonna go back into the active Samson. Really, really thinking about how we can open up that back hip flexor, get those arms up, and really reach from side to side.
You realize my hip flexor hasn't gotten a memo, you know that.
Is it always just tight?
My whole body's tight. Your box over here is looser than my body.
All right, go into that active Spider-Man. We're gonna go into the low lunge, dropping the elbow, or just trying to take that nice turn. Good. Try to get 2 on each side. All right, now we're gonna go up to that push-up to down dog. Focusing on that down dog and opening up the posterior chain, so we can do like the walk the dog, where you kind of go into small little steps. All right, Bernie, go ahead and go into that high plank hold again. Quads should be tight. Spine is nice and neutral. All right, last but not least, let's go into that last set of the sumo inchworm. So wide feet. Good, exactly. Perfect, Bernie. There you go. Rise and shine. Follow your heart. Listen to your heart. All right, Bernie. We're going to go into some mobility, okay? Even though that was kind of some mobility. But we're going to start with windshield wipers, okay? So what you're going to do is you are going to sit on the ground, okay? You're going to put your feet not like at a 90-degree angle, a little bit wider, right? So your feet are flat on the ground. And then what you're going to do is just rotate like windshield wipers, your knees from side to side. Okay, this is going to open up your hips. Okay, so we're going to go for about a minute here, nice and slow, really just working on that range of motion. We don't want to rotate too much in the upper body. And I just want your knees to kind of go from side to side. If they don't go all the way to the ground, that's okay. I just want you to go for whatever distance or
Yeah, I can't quite put my feet flat on the ground without cramping.
That's okay.
You're gonna rock.
You're gonna kind of rock from side to side on your feet. How does that feel?
Oh, we have a new cramp today.
A hip cramp.
Yeah, we moved down to the calf today.
I know. So just nice and slow. Good, Bernie. Yep. There you go.
Those hips are moving.
That way you can do some Elvis. Isn't that what it is?
Elvis. You mean Chubby Checker? Chubby Checker, the twist.
All right, Bernie. We are going to put those legs straight out in front of you. We're going to go into a pike stretch. So feet together out in front. Okay. Just reaching for those toes. If we can't reach them, that's fine. Just reach for your knees or your shins. Matt, just reach for the bottom of your hamstring. The bottom of your quad.
We made it to the top of the ankles.
Oh.
What?
That's really good.
Do I get a lollipop for that?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. We're holding this one for a minute as well. Working with that breath. Okay. If you are really flexible too, you can always reach for the inside or even the outside of your feet. Okay, you just stretch just a little bit. And we're going to go into child's pose for our last minute of mobility. Together, our hands are over the head. Dropping the head through and thinking about trying to get your armpits to the floor. Okay. While we do this, we want to think about inching our fingertips forward while at the same time pushing the hips back, okay? Good, almost there. All right, Bernie, come on up. All right, Bernie. So we've got some movement prep, pretty simple today. We have burpees and we have clean and jerks. So not too long here. A few things that we want to talk about is just kind of slowing it down a little bit so that we don't overwork ourselves too fast in the beginning, and that we can maintain a pace that we know we can keep and be able to keep our heart rate down. Okay, so for the burpees, okay, we know that you're on this. We want to just make sure that we where we're going to be able to do those 5 burpees without. Yeah.
Hey, when you stand up straight like that and look to the side, your voice is up. Just to tell you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Yeah, when you stand up straight and your head's at the top of my screen, and you get all warbled, so nobody can hear you.
Okay.
The Martians have landed.
I don't want to be warbled.
They
Yeah.
probably brought the virus. Yeah.
We're going to start with 5 frog hops, okay? Just focusing on that lower portion of the burpee where our hands are outside of our shoulders, okay? And then we're just going to pop the feet to the outside. So go ahead and get 5 frog hops. Good. After those 5, we're just going to get 3 full burpees, okay? Focusing on just doing that nice lateral jump. You don't need to go over anything just yet, but we do want to get a jump over a line or something right now. Good job.
Whatever that was.
Good.
Nice work.
Nice. So good thing about lateral burpees today, you don't have to stand all the way up, right? You don't have to get the clap at the top. All we're looking for is lateral movement over a line, burp something, nothing. Okay, we just want a lateral movement Bernie, you don't have a bunch of space, so just do burpees in general, but you don't have to clap at the top. It's fine. Okay. But people that are jumping over dumbbells, just clap here. Looking for that 2-footed hop over an object or a line. Okay. But you do not have to stand up to the top. You can keep that kind of crouched over position. Just know that it's going to affect your breathing because we're not going to get a big deep breath at the top, and our lungs are going to be a little bit compressed. So, those are our burpees, our clean and jerks. Okay, we're going to start with the dumbbell in one hand. These are single arm. Okay, so we're going to go into 5 dumbbell deadlifts. Okay. Meaning that we're shifting back, and then we're going to slightly bend the knees once the object has gone past our knees, okay? It's not an RDL, but we do want to keep that bend. We're going to go into and then we're going to shrug in the shoulder.
You're breaking all up. You're breaking all up.
Might be the internet.
Yeah. So 5 shrugs.
Wow.
Shrugging at the shoulder.
Okay.
Yep. Then we're going to go into 5 cleans. Okay, so we are going to turn over at the top, making sure that one head of the dumbbell always is received on the shoulder. Good. Beautiful. And then we're going to go into 5 strict presses. So on the last clean, hold the dumbbell at the shoulder and then just strict press up. Yep. Good. Try not to move the legs just yet. There it is, Bernie. Good. And then we're going to go into 5 jerks. So we're going to dip, drop, and stand. Good. And then we're going to 5 full clean and jerks. Okay. If we're working from the hang position, just go to the knee. If we are going from the floor today, okay, everyone else, head needs to touch the ground. Good, Bernie. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other hand or other arm. So we're going to start with 5 dumbbell deadlifts. Remember, shifting the hips back and down. In clean and jerks, you can work from the inside of your feet or you can work from the outside, okay? Just depending on whatever you feel comfortable and if we can keep the shoulders equal and even. Then we're going to go into 5 shrugs. So we can go from the hang from this side. Just a big shrug in the shoulder, opening up the shoulder, the hips, the knees, and the ankles. Okay, looking for that triple extension. After that, we're going to go into 5 cleans. So you're just going to clean all the way into that front rack. Remember, with our clean, we want to make sure the elbow traces forward. Good. 5 strict presses after the 5th clean. 5 push jerks. So we're going to dip, drop, and stand. Remember, we receive with a locked out elbow. So think about punching the ceiling or punching the sky. Good. And then 5 full clean and jerks on that one arm. Good. Beautiful. Good, Bernie. So the only difference today is in our clean and jerks, you will alternate every rep, every hand, okay? So 1 rep on one arm. When you come down, 2 options here, right? You can switch midline. Okay, here. Or when you bring that dumbbell back to the floor, you can switch at the floor as well. The switching at the floor is obviously going to keep your heart rate a little bit down. Bernie, you're working from the hang, so you'll just switch when you get there, okay? But the faster we can get more reps on the clean and jerk, then obviously the more reps we're gonna be able to move through those a little bit faster and less burpees we potentially have to do. That's the ultimate goal.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's always the goal, okay?
Less burpees, the better.
Less burpees, the better. Okay, so.
Can I have 30 seconds?
Take your time.
I forgot to bring my water out.
That's okay. For my YouTube people out there, Bernie's going to go get water, so I'm going to stop you. Okay, 30 minutes on the clock. Make sure you can see your timer so that you can do your burpees 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, rep scheme 2 to 5 burpees, but whatever will get you moving again at least 30 seconds. Okay, so we don't want to be doing burpees for 45 seconds and then only being able to do 2 clean and jerks every minute, because then that would be a burpee workout.
Yeah.
So have fun. Good luck. See you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Not you. Well, you too.